Well, this sucks.
Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 5 of the Corncast. I'm your host Alex, joined today by Miranda Keys, Spartan Locke, and Arbiter. And we're going to bring you an episode of Glee in this beautiful forest we're currently in.
Why am I
Where
gonna
it's
be
so
the only
easy.
alien?
No, I'm the alien. I just said where it's so easy.
I'm
Oh,
Miranda
okay, fine.
Keys because Miranda's my
Yeah, before we go into the episode, shout out to the Jar Media patrons over at our Patreon for supporting us and making the audio version of the show possible.
Yeah.
What happened in this last depressing week? I don't know about you guys, but I'm really getting bored of this now. I'm fed up.
we got sick of quarantine on Earth, and now we've come to this gorgeous landscape. Absolute beauty, absolute beauty, and even Mars is in the background. It's truly incredible out here.
Something really tickles me about James's delivery whenever he turns around and he slows down into pronounce gorgeous. Every time you do it, it's hilarious. Every time tickles me something.
Quarantine is kicking me. It's bad. I don't.
We're just a month now, right? It's been a month.
No, I thought we were
Just past
5 weeks.
What?
We're
been
5
like-
weeks.
We're in week 5 now, aren't we? We're in
Yeah.
the
I thought this
fifth
was the
week.
first week.
Yeah, I thought we were in the first day. Yeah, my timeline's all messed up, I'm afraid.
No, the only structure I have in life at the moment is actually like working from home. When if I'm not doing that, I would have no clue what is kind of going on anymore. 'Cause it's just like wake up, work, play games till like 10, 11 o'clock, sleep, and that is just life at the moment.
Well, I
Nothing
enjoy
else.
waking up in the morning and checking social media and just disassociating because I just can't believe what I'm reading. Like the other day when the POTUS said about injecting disinfectant
Oh fuck me!
into the bloodstream, whatever, because it'll clear out your lungs. And I was like, no way, that has to be like a spun headline or something. And I watched the actual clip and
Yeah.
oh my god, he actually did say that.
I had the same exact reaction. I just thought, no, it's going to be something that he didn't actually say, but because it's him. But so he said it and then he just straight up did it. And
It's
then
hard.
the putting out fires was to say he was being sarcastic. Nothing about his tone was sarcastic. But
It's
Yeah,
hard
man.
to believe we're in the timeline we're in.
I know. It's like, how can you even satirize any of this anymore? It's like we don't even need things like South Park anymore because it's more ridiculous in reality than
Mhm.
in any fiction.
Oh, and Kim Jong-un just today might be dead, might not, don't know.
Oh, really?
What?
We might
Yeah.
know by the time this posts.
Well, because, it's been an ongoing story since yesterday. He had some kind of surgery. His health has never been good. And
True.
now China are sending some top doctors over to advise on the
To
situation.
bring him back from the brink.
Yeah.
Frank Jong.
Francoon.
Francoon. Oh, dude.
So pretty ridiculous. It is like a South Park episode, isn't it? There is a pandemic. The president of the United States is advising people to inject disinfectant into their bodies,
Yeah.
and the North Korean leader might be dead, might not.
And the year began with a horrific fire that plagued Australia.
Yeah.
The likes we haven't seen. It's just insane.
Yeah, but didn't Australia have like an insane amount of rain like at the moment it finished as well?
Well, that's what finished it.
Mm.
Yeah, crazy. No, but there's more that happened like than that. It's like every month something big has happened, and then we've been hit by COVID, and it's like an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we talk about something that isn't the horrific state of the universe at the moment?
Like the absolute gorgeous landscape we have here.
No, I'll tell you something I've killed a bit of time with in this last week was I rewatched the first season of True Detective.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Really
What a
good from
fucking
memory.
great fucking perfect show. That first season, I didn't like season 2, and I didn't watch season 3, but that series like is like the best single season of anything I think that I've seen. Like I didn't remember it being as good as it is. It really is good.
I mean, it obviously benefits from the fact that the single season is a self-contained story as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
They have that.
You know, like everyone's jerking off Chernobyl and saying it's like the best miniseries, and I'm like, nah, it's good, but I don't think it's like as good as True Detective season 1, if that counts.
It definitely counts. True Detective season 1 counts. Even though technically it's not a mini-series. I mean, then again, no, fuck it. It can be a mini-series because Band of Brothers is considered that because it's only 1 season.
True,
That's a mini-series. It's 10 episodes though. It's so long, that show. And then The Pacific is also considered a mini-series. So yeah, True Detective season 1 can be considered that. Yeah, I'll argue for that.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it since it came out, and it is really worth going back to. I'm really enjoying that at the moment, like just rewatching things, with a slightly more developed brain, so I actually pick more subtleties up than just like the most baseline shit that I would have when I was younger.
Yeah, I've not been watching, but been playing old things with hindsight and a different view on things. But I don't want to derail this episode into why the Uncharted series is not that fucking good quite yet.
Yeah, we can talk about that in the questions segment later, because we have something relevant to that, which I'm sure will be our answer for it. But yeah, aside from that, I've delved back into the BioShock franchise. I played all of BioShock 1 because I somehow never did that back in the day, and it is as good as they say. It still is good to this day. And I also replayed BioShock Infinite, which I always had issues with when I was younger, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it this time. I really like the story and all the political commentary and all of the
Troy
kind of
Baker's in that as well.
Yeah, proving I was right the whole time.
It does definitely have issues, BioShock Infinite. It's not as like succinct as BioShock, and the setting isn't nearly as good, but the whole Infinite aspect of it, I think, and the universe, the parallel universes thing is just a mindfuckery type thing that I quite enjoy at the moment, because I've been watching Devs as well, which is all about like the different timelines and everything, which I like breaking my brain with thinking about.
So it's hard to predict when to next speak because you don't.
No, I like the old pregnant pause, because people must like look down at their phone and be like, "Oh, I must have stopped downloading."
Wait, can we all just go silent for like a sec?
No. If you honestly think True Detectives is the best series you've watched and you haven't seen Neon Genesis Evangelion, the greatest mastermind of
So
art.
I watched Ocean's
so close
11.
to getting sniped. I watched that film.
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It pissed me off every now and again.
Piss me off every now and again. Ocean's 12 will make you angry. It's so
Oh, really?
shit.
What about Ocean's 13 though?
Oh, I think that one's actually better than Ocean's 12, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I got halfway through Ocean's 12. Funny. Would recommend. It's bad.
Weird. Like the way George Clooney and Brad Pitt interact with each other really gives me like Marvel character vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Like the way that they're like their little jokes and stuff. That type of humor.
It makes you feel like you've known them for as long as, or you want to get to know them to the extent that they
it's
must
that
know
sort
each
of
other.
cheap way of characterizing.
Remember that job we did in
people.
Hong
Yeah.
Kong? Shit like that. It's Nate and Sully.
Rescued me from that nest of dungars.
That business on Canton Amodia.
And Ruben and I have been playing Divinity original.
Just like to add, without me, they've been playing it without
Yeah,
me.
You don't have it
because
because
you never
refuse
buy
to buy any
anything.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I own it. I
What
bought
is
it. I
Divinity?
bought it because I thought we'd play it. And I've just been
You
abandoned.
didn't buy it. You just
You just- you
downloaded
just-
it from my
you-
library, from my
You've just-
Steam library.
You've just abandoned me like everyone else does in my life.
God.
He
I
stole
keep
that from me, by the way. That really funny thing that everyone just laughed at. That's mine.
Oh, for God's sake! I said the flamethrower will probably kill him in like one hit.
Yeah, what genre is Divinity? Like, I've heard the name, but I don't
It's
know
a
what
complex RPG
It's
with
classic
really
RPG.
confusing.
It's got like really simple combat and
But it's all stat checks and turn based and
it is. Okay.
dialogue, and it's
a
actually one of
proper
the best
RPG.
things I've ever played. Like, I really like it.
yeah. So far, it's very exceptionally good. Like
Yeah.
just as far as games go, it's very much a game for
It's a lot of
games.
So how does that
great
work with
game.
multiple people?
It just works.
You both inhabit the same like open world areas, and you can more or less do whatever you want. Like, I don't even need to be on the same map as Jamie. I could be wherever else. I can do what I want.
Oh, okay.
But you're probably going to play together because you both have control of at least one character. You have 4 in total, so obviously you divide it 2 each. So there, and then in combat, because you don't even have to be in a fight together. There's not like a separate area for each fight. The fights just happen in the same map. I can just not be in the fight. I can just be elsewhere, and then the fights are
Oh,
turn-based.
okay. I think I understand. Oh,
It just
I've-
makes sense, It just makes
It
sense.
just works.
Yeah.
It's a high-rated game. It's like I'm pretty sure loads of people.
It's very much like a PC.
so it's the
Yeah,
Magic
maybe.
Roundabout as a game. It just works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Just yeah. Also, since last episode, I finished Half-Life Alyx.
Okay. What do you think?
Careful, or I might shoot you.
Yeah, that doesn't
Dude.
help. What does that mean?
No, dude, honestly, I've never felt the way I have, like, in terms of reacting to an ending of any media as I did when I finished Half-Life Alyx. Like,
That's
my mouth was just fucking wide open, like, bruh.
Okay, oversell it then.
Oh, great! Now we're gonna hate it.
I don't give a shit what you guys think. Like, my dick was hard and my mouth was open. I was ready.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I have a question about the ending. I don't want to know what happens or anything because obviously contextually, I'd probably just be like, "Oh," and I won't have the response you did. But does it actually make use of the fact that you are wearing a VR headset, and that is possibly why it
Yes.
was so amazing? Is because you're there.
Yeah.
You're in it. Yeah. So it
For,
does
like-
really utilize
Like,
it.
multiple aspects of that. Like, I can't explain it because the spoilers are so treacherous.
Okay.
But, like,
I'll just take your
as
word
well
for it.
with the story, like, my main worry about the game was that it's a prequel, so it's not gonna, like, affect the story in any meaningful way. But they
And it does.
they found a way.
So you think more Half-Life is to come?
Yeah.
That's an
Do
exciting
you think
I
they'll
mean-
make if they do a Half-Life 3, if they ever do that, do you think it'll be VR the next one, or do you think they'll try and make accessible to, the 99%?
It feels like treading on eggshells, like, because
Now they've made something so exceptional, people will be expecting more of it.
I think Half-Life Alyx exists for them to test. I think they want to make Half-Life 3 VR.
But
And
they're
they
probably gonna wait.
released Alyx to see how people reacted. And
Yeah.
if people like it, they'll make Half-Life 3 VR.
You know,
I
what?
think-
if it means that's how we're gonna get Half-Life 3, if it's either that or nothing, fuck it, just do it VR.
I
I
think
guess no.
But
go on,
even if
Alex.
they don't, like, I'm pretty convinced Half-Life 3 is it is in production.
Okay.
my
We'll
one
see what
takeaway would be if they released it in VR, people would be fucking angry.
No, because I was about to say this is what I was gonna say was I think they'll try and leave it to a time when more people have it, or it's cheaper, or people have the systems. Like, the Xbox Series X, for example, will be capable of VR. It just will be. the PlayStation 5 surely would be.
Well, the PlayStation 4 is.
Well, yeah, I mean the Xbox One probably is, but I mean properly capable of it, not like crappy doo-doo games that are funny gimmicks.
Yeah, the thing with Half-Life, it has always represented like a step forward in tech. So they're not just going to release Half-Life 3 and it be like
just another
Half-Life
first-person shooter.
2.5.
Yeah. I was going to say that as well. Since it's my understanding, Half-Life has always tried to be more than its contemporaries.
I feel like it's been so long, and if they made it good enough, so it was actually like, no guys, listen, this is worth it, then I feel like people might be angry at first, but they'd forgive it if they actually play it.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. Half-Life Alyx has already done that. Like,
yeah, exactly. And
the thing
I haven't seen anything about people being angry that
no,
it's a VR
not
game.
at all. The only person I saw that was angry about it was Angry Joe, and his name is Angry Joe. But oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Nah, it's gone.
Whatever.
Half-Life Illest good. Half-Life best series ever. Half-Life Alyx
Good.
lived up to expectations.
It's as good as they say.
Yeah, it's better. I honestly think like the way people talk about it, they don't give it enough praise.
Wow, that is high praise from all the Spartan Lock over there.
No, I'm the Arbiter.
No, you're lot.
No, I'm the Arbiter.
In my notes, I did have you down as Lock, Jim, so...
Why am I purple then? Aliens are purple, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
James is Lock. Look, he's blue.
There is something I'd quite like to talk about, that being what Gorillaz is up to at the moment, because we've mentioned their previous... Are they singles? What is this Song Machine, this project?
Yeah, Song Machine.
It's like, I guess it is just like loads of singles they're doing. And we've talked about the previous two. And the latest one, Aries, came out and we never mentioned it. And there's quite a crossover with people, and they always ask us our thoughts on the songs. So, wait, Ruben, what are your thoughts on the Song Machine thing?
I don't really get what it's building to. Maybe that's the point. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do a few tracks, and that'll be it. They're just a collection, just a little assortment of tracks we did. Maybe they'll go to 5, and I mean, obviously, when I guess people make music, there's going to be some thematic consistency because the band is liking a certain thing at the time. So I guess but I don't think there'll be an album out of it. I'm not getting that feeling. I think it'll just be a few tracks, and I mean, I've liked all of them. Yeah, I've liked all of them. They've been better than anything that was on. I've liked it more than Humans, and I've liked it more than the Now. The 3 tracks they've done been more interesting to me.
Yeah, so you're on the same level we are, the same page. I think Aries is just as good as the first 2. It's actually been like, it's growing.
I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's growing to possibly being my favorite. At first I was like, yeah, that's good. I don't know if it's quite as good as the others, but yeah, I really like it now. It sounds just like a New Order song.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, actually, I was actually going to say about that because obviously, when I watched Fantano's track review, he was saying like, I mean, obviously I love it. He was kind of like that. I was like, what's he talking about? And he was like, oh, because New Order is his favorite, and it's like that, and he loves it for that reason. But I obviously didn't make that connection immediately because I'm not really in the New Order, circle, should we say? I've never really listened to the whole album. So, but I like it the most, and it made me think maybe I should listen to New Order more.
They got some good shit, that's for sure. Have you heard it, James?
No, I've not really kept up with Gorillaz or anything what they've done recently. Besides some
I feel
the
like you're the
first
least
one.
into it.
Yeah. Like my glory days of Gorillaz was just like growing up, and I haven't really kept up with them at all since like the days of is it their second album? Back when I was a kid. No, the first one. No, was it the one with the buggy?
Self-titled. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I haven't kept up with Gorillaz since then.
Yeah, you have, you liar. You listen to Plastic.
Yeah, and Demon Days.
Yeah. But it's just like it's not a thing I listen to on a regular basis. Like I don't. Gorillaz is kind of not my thing anymore. I've listened to the first song in this like new thing, and yeah, I get it. I like it. But I just haven't listened to them, any of them, like since. I don't actually listen to much music anymore, to be honest, besides anime soundtracks. But yeah, that's something
It's
else.
messed up, dude. And Run the Jewels.
Okay, One of the Jewels is like just life though, so you know I've got to appreciate them.
I like the art style that Gorillaz has now, because there was a time where they kept like messing with it and changing it. It's like I like how it is now, and the way that what's his name, Jamie Hewlett, is kind of settled on this style that I really like, and all the animation and the videos.
I decided to settle on that style because
I was
before-
in Berlin taking drugs.
yeah, I took loads of heroin and almost died.
So many Gorillaz songs are about drugs, I reckon.
Oh no, for a fact.
Yeah.
What's his face? Damon Albarn.
yeah.
He like goes to Africa and takes heroin every year. And
that a
plays
fact?
like. Yeah, he
I know he
genuinely
struggled
does.
with heroin, but I didn't realize he was still a yearly user.
No, he goes to Africa for like. He just goes and plays music with dudes,
Yeah.
just like random people.
I think I've seen like pictures of that.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
back in the day he used to take loads of heroin there,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
obvious.
100%.
and maybe still does. I don't know.
It's funny that how artists, like, once they just get so rich and famous, they just travel the world and just play music with just like random people.
See, do you know what's really confusing to me?
That's what humans was, isn't it? Yeah, that's of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Shell.
completely off topic, but as someone who works in money and deals with money, I don't understand how these people actually do any of this stuff. Because they don't have a recurring income from like releasing albums. I just don't get
They
it.
do have recurring income though. Isn't that
'Cause
how
they-
they're so rich?
No, but what is
talking
the
about?
recurring income? Because
We're talking about how James is Scrooge McDuck.
Who are we talking about
No.
now? Are we talking about Gorillaz specifically? Or?
No,
No,
how
we just-
Damon Albarn is so rich. He was in Blur.
You're not letting me talk.
Okay, continue.
No, we know for a fact, like, revenue from streaming sites is fucking piss poor. It's like there's nowhere near that people get enough to be able to, like, do some of the stuff that these people do. And if they're not releasing new albums and there's, like, a long time between, album to album, where
Yeah,
is
they're
that
going
money
on
coming
tour.
from?
Yeah,
They're
touring is
getting
a
paid
huge-
for their music being
And
used
I've
in-
heard that this streaming thing is not it's not the pittance that it's made out to be, you know?
Yeah, I highly doubt it is. There's that
Touring
South
work
Park joke
bonuses.
about it was
Oh,
about
yeah.
pirating, but I think it applies, and it's like this huge pop star can't afford to buy the best private jet on the market. He's got to settle for the second best private jet.
Mhm. I'm just
I'm
thinking
not-
about
I-
like all the movies and adverts that use like Blur and Gorillaz
Yeah,
music
yeah.
alone, you know?
I'm saying this out of a thing out of interest. Like, where did it come from? Because it's like for the superstars, like the real people who are in the spotlight at the moment, the really popular genres, they're getting the most listens on streaming sites. Obviously, the revenue for them is going to be much higher than some people like One the Jewels or Gorillaz. And if touring makes a lot of money, so if they're not touring and they're not releasing albums, where is that money coming from? It's just a curiosity thing. Where does that income come from? I just find it
Yeah.
really kind of interesting.
And it depends on the size of the artist. I feel like
Yeah.
Damon Albarn is more famous than the average musician, just from being in Blur and how long he's been around and how much music he's made, compared to like Run the Jewels that only has 3 albums,
So,
fourth on
like,
the horizon.
well, okay. So who are the last like people from like let's say the Beatles or like John Lennon? If he's not making any music, he's not touring. Where does his money come from?
Well, that's another example where it's like it's the Beatles. They're so ridiculously prolific. They're
'Cause
so
I've
incredibly
heard-
rich.
I've heard like things before where like every year, like all the famous Christmas songs, they get like a massive paycheck just so that they can air those songs during the month of December. Like all of them get like
Yeah.
millions, and it's just
It's
fucking
like,
it's wild.
When a show in America is syndicated, they call it, like the cast of Seinfeld. It's why they're so rich. Like every time they play an episode of Seinfeld, they get a bit of money in their pocket. So he's just obscenely rich, because it's just been
Yeah.
aired for so many years.
It's fucking fascinating. The economy is just like a fucking mindfuck, and it's great.
I
Love
read
it.
something pretty lol earlier that Tyrese from Fast and Furious, right?
The man.
Apparently, and I could be wrong on this, but apparently he paid to be in the first Transformers movie. He was so desperate to be in it that he actually paid to be in it instead of being paid to be in it.
And let's be real, he's one of the highlights of that movie.
Do you remember like a few years ago he like got really upset and like cried on his Instagram
Because of Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because he was whinging that he was his child support was so expensive that that his $100,000 a month wasn't going to cut it, and that he needed a new Fast and Furious movie so he could pay his child support.
I believe it though. Like, if anything is gonna just empty someone's pocket, it will be a divorce.
Divorce I think, is in
Yeah.
his case. I think there's
Apparently he
Well,
was
they-
paying like it's like $12,000 a month in child support.
But
$12,000 a month. Doesn't sound like that much when you're an actor.
This is
yeah, but
Tyrese
think
we're
of
talking
the
about
amount
there.
of like.
Yeah, this is Tyrese.
His net worth
Wasn't
is
that-
like 10 million or something.
For real? Have you guys seen that audition he did for Django?
I love that video.
I have not seen it. I did not know this.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Was I made aware of it or were we made aware of it because of fucking Stamper? Was he?
I know of
'Cause
it
his-
because of Double Toasted.
Yeah, same. That's how I
Oh,
know.
okay.
Oh shit! Give me a second.
And he like screams. He's got this really bad quality mic, and he like screams in pain in one of the
Yeah.
scenes, and it like
He's like naked, covered in oil or something. It's really, really odd.
And his
He was
acting
like,
is- oh, it's so funny.
Can you imagine, like, the casting team looking at that and then just being like, "What the fuck do we do?"
the thing is, I don't think he was even like considered.
Can I
But
just
he
say
heard that the movie was being made, so
Yeah,
he
yeah,
made
yeah.
that himself.
Because he thought
Can
he
I
could win
just-
Tarantino over.
Can I just
Yeah.
say one thing? This the leaked footage was released on Worldstar.
Yeah.
Well, it's not hip hop.
Tyrese Gibson. What a guy. An enigma. Such an actor, in his own shit way. An actor.
He's got that confidence, that actor confidence.
Really convinced that what he brings as an actor is different or unique or better than what other actors might bring.
Yeah, listen to his. I just found his original post directed towards The Rock in anger when they announced Hobbs and Shaw. He said, "Congratulations to at The Rock and your brother-in-law, aka $7 producing partner at blah blah, for making the Fast and Furious franchise about you, and like you, DJ, even if they cool, I will not be deleting this post. Good
Oh
night,
my
folks.
God.
See you in 2020, April. Hashtag Fast Family, right? Nah, it's about Team Dwayne." He posted that
Yeah.
publicly.
He's kind of got a
Hell
point.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
kind
he
of
does have
To
a
be true, he
point. The
does
Rock
have a
sucks.
Yeah, The Rock is not Fast and Furious.
Jason
not.
Statham and every other shit and all the shit actors that is Fast and Furious.
No,
Yeah.
Jason Statham's pretty good. Let's be real. Don't.
No, but that's I tried to differentiate because I was gonna say and all the other shit actors, and I was like, actually no, because he's all right. But Jason Statham and the shit actors.
Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Statham's been in loads of good stuff. Is like the main difference. Where it's like, what good things have Vin Diesel? He doesn't really count though, because like the Iron Giant and like the voice of Groot, like that doesn't count. Like, they
The
got,
Iron
like,
Giant
one
sort of
phrase.
does. I am Superman.
Is he really like acting though, or has he just got like a
Yes.
deep raspy voice? And he's just saying, I don't know.
He does have a weird voice.
It is
Well,
really
he-
weird.
Yeah, it's like nasally
Yeah.
but deep. It's very unique.
Like when he sounds like Tom Hardy's shit American accent he did for Venom. Like, I'm a reporter. He just
So have you seen the latest Venom's been delayed?
I'm
No.
There were so many bad movies coming out, and they were all from Sony, and now they're all fucking delayed.
What's it called again? Venom 2 something Carnage. Carnage is in the name.
Oh, wait, yeah, is it just that? Is it just?
No,
Is it
it's
just called
something
that?
cringier. Venom Let There Be Carnage. That's what it's called.
Oh god, they really know their market, don't they? They know
Yeah.
their audience.
Yeah, apparently Venom's got a huge fan base, like that movie, and that a lot of people actually consider it to be pretty decent, so more power to you, I suppose.
I kind of like Venom.
Have you seen
I mean,
it?
I had fun watching it because it's shit. It was
It's
like
bad.
it's a really good bad. It was like quite a fun bad.
Yeah,
I
because
actually
it
liked it.
somehow almost didn't seem aware of how bad it was. That's what
No.
made it entertaining.
And it wasn't that boring either. It had its own like just mental structure of film. Like, yeah, fuck it. So
Like,
I remember
no, it's not.
when we saw it at the cinema, and I remember just when it ended, that song starts,
Venom!
and we just looked at each other like, "What the fuck? What? How did they think this was like?"
And then there were
cool?
those people that were like beside us that were like, "Yeah, it was pretty good, but I was just hoping for more violence and shit." like
Yeah.
that.
No, that was the Joker.
I'm pretty sure people
That-
said that at Venom as well. It's like what all I hear the audience saying after every movie is, "Yeah, it was
Yeah.
alright, I just wish there was more gore."
Christ's sake. They just want like gore like without context. They just have like a 10-minute like gore-tage.
Yeah.
It just goes back to the film.
Oh dear.
I remember going to watch The Chamber of Secrets in the
Mhm.
cinema when I was really young, and because it was so long, there was an intermission.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
that too.
And I was just thinking that in the intermission for Harry Potter, we just cut to like 10 minutes of really explicit gore, and then just back.
The basilisk just tearing people to shreds.
That thing would have fucked up Harry Potter, just realistically. Ripped
Yeah.
it apart.
Yeah, he only wins because of the Phoenix, doesn't he? It saves it. It's a Deus Ex Macha Phoenix. Otherwise, it would have just sliced him up.
Mecha Packer.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he gets poisoned, and then the Phoenix saves him, right? Oh no, the Phoenix like
no, the
eats
Phoenix
his
pecks
eyes.
his eyes out, so then he has a chance.
Oh yeah, and he has
Yeah,
to like stealth
I
it.
really fucking like the early Harry Potter movies.
I quite like him. I like
They
the
have
first...
a charm.
They have,
Actually,
but they have this
even-
like weird darkness to them. Whereas
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
they're
later
terrifying.
ones,
Quietly
the
sinister,
later,
aren't
yeah, the later ones feel more like angsty and like
they? Yeah.
a teenager made it or something. But the
Even
early
the
ones,
fourth
are, like-
one. Even the fourth one manages to hold on to a little bit of that
yeah,
darkness.
the
I
fourth
think
one's
the first
kind
four are
of.
the best four.
Oh no, the fourth one when like Voldemort's crumpled body is like dropped into that cauldron. That shit
Mhm.
is sinister as hell, and it's cool.
The creepiest one
Really
is when
cool.
Voldemort's eating that unicorn.
Oh,
It's just
Yeah,
weird
from the first
sheep.
one.
Yeah, really horrible.
Yeah, and he like glides along the ground.
I was
God
actually
damn.
afraid of that bit when I was a kid.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Afraid of it.
It's because they actually use kind of like practical effects instead of like
Mhm.
just boring
It was all
CG.
sloppy, slurry.
yeah, and the
gross,
fucking
crunchy
spider in the
noises.
second one. There's
Mm.
like that
Yeah,
that huge practical spider.
yeah, it looks horrifying.
Don't talk about that. I get nightmares.
But yeah, I think that I've said this about the earlier Harry Potter films. They just have a really good world. Like the world,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really good. And then they kind of lose the sense of that world, and they get a bit wacky, silly when it's like it's London, but it's like Magic London. What the fuck's going on?
It peaks in the third one. At the third one.
Oh
I
my
know.
god, yeah.
And then
Holy
it's
fuck,
like the
amazing.
biggest train crash in the world. Like Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling. That's like, oof.
It's like a
She's, like,
Thursday on a
retconning.
Tuesday.
She's like retconning
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Ruining everything. Literally everything. Just the worst hot takes in the world. Harry Potter ruined.
And she wrote that latest Harry Potter movie, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, I think it was called.
Yes.
Just pure trash. Holy fuck, is it bad?
I've not watched either of those.
I like it.
If I get a
I tried to watch the first Fantastic Breasts, And
Oh,
my
that's
god,
my
is it
favourite.
bad?
Yeah, they're lame. They are lame.
Excuse me.
On that though, anything else before we move into the question segment? In part two?
James is an artsy.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hey, it's me, Zeus, the god. My fully endorsed the Jar Media merchandise available in the description below.
This sucks.
Welcome back to the second half of the Jarcast. Sorry, wait, what? Corncast? Where we answer
Corncast.
questions- Corncast, where we answer questions from the corn community. Head over to our Reddit.
Our
the suggestion
cornlings
thread.
ask questions.
Our cornlings. I don't know how I feel about that. I do know how I feel about this question though from Poo on Face, who says, "What Madagascar characters are celebrity sex offenders?"
Okay, so
Oh,
Alec,
God.
I've
Who's
made a
Jimmy
pre-prepared
Savile?
list. If you want to, if you want to lead with that and just see what you think of my list.
Okay.
Jimmy
let's do it that
Savile
way.
is
No. Let's go with my list, and then you can add anything you want, James, at the end. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Alex the Lion, Kevin Spacey, kind of leading
Yes.
man type.
Yes, no, I agree with
okay.
that.
I don't know about that.
Marty,
Mhm.
R. Kelly,
Yeah. Well, just because he's black,
Yeah.
I guess. But, you know.
Okay.
Gloria.
You could have said
Yeah.
Gloria. I've got two answers for this one. One isn't necessarily a sex offender, but I was just thinking of Hollywood kind of meanies. I put Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then Harvey Weinstein.
He was definitely a sex offender.
Weinstein, please.
What do you mean?
Weinstein.
You say that as if there was some possibility that he wasn't.
No,
No, I'm just
which
confirming.
which fits Gloria better, Amber Heard or Harvey Weinstein?
Amber Heard.
Harvey Weinstein. Harvey
Okay, Ruben, you're
Weinstein,
the
'cause that's where he
decider.
belongs. Weinstein, Ruben.
Amber Heard. I'm
No,
sorry.
Weinstein.
No, the one I've chosen for Melman, I feel like is no one's going to disagree with.
Okay.
T.J. Miller.
Okay, no, that's completely fair.
What about James Franco? Does he come into this? He's King Julian.
Oh shit.
No, the one I have for King Julian was Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
And for Skipper, I have Bryan Singer, the director of the X-Men movies.
yeah.
Yeah, no debates there. I feel we can just move on.
Oh,
I feel like I just
yeah.
nailed it with that list.
Should we toss some like wife beaters into the
No,
mix?
but where's Drake?
You know,
Where's-
spousal abusers.
Where does Drake fit into all this?
Maurice?
He's Maurice. Yeah, I was going to say.
Let's do this one then. This is a question we should all be prepared for from Barton_56, who says, "You've not talked about Kanye for a while. Now with Ruben back, how about an ultimate album ranking?" We've been meaning to do this for ages. The Kanye ranking list, so that now's the time to do it. Nothing else to fucking do. Who
And
wants
I'm
to- who wants to
Kanye
start?
West.
Shut up. Who wants to start? I reckon Ruben
Okay,
should
well,
start.
no, I'll start.
No, I think James should start.
Mine are easy because I'm not gonna list the fucking shit albums. It's pointless.
Well, no,
So-
the order's what's interesting though.
Yeah, the orders was interesting because that's like saying, I mean,
Just let me list, okay? Graduation is the best album.
Right.
Life of Pablo, Watch the Throne. Then you got 808s,
Jesus Christ.
My Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy, Late Registration, College Dropout, Late Orchestration,
I didn't include
Kids See
that.
Gross, Yay, and Yeezers.
I'm very upset by that list, but you're
But
allowed
I'd
to
also
do what
like
you
to add, I Love It is above all of them.
want.
Kids
No,
See
it's
Ghosts
supposed to be
and
albums.
Yay at the bottom. What's your justification? The short?
I'm just not a fan of them. Like the only good song from I think it was Yay is Yikes.
Right.
The worst song on the album.
No, it's definitely not the worst
The
song. on the
only
album.
song that I would say is actually a bad song.
I think I was actually, I just wanted to, I was trying to remember, like, how does Yay sound again, that one? So I refreshed my memory, and immediately I was struck by, I was like, wow, the first track is really good.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
first
that
track
was-
is good.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
Yikes is bad.
No, Yikes is the only song I can listen to from that album. Is the
Normie.
West.
Oh no, I'm wrong.
Normie.
No, sorry, Yikes is actually good.
Which one's
Yeah.
the bad one then?
The bad one is
Violent Crimes.
no, that one's good.
I Thought About Killing You.
No, that's a
No,
good
maybe
one.
it is
First one.
Yikes.
I like
What-
the
what-
opening track.
No,
What's
Yikes
the
is-
issue you have with Yikes, Jim? 'Cause I can't remember it off the
No.
top of my head. How's it go?
No, Yikes is
Predator,
good. No, it's all
Fine.
mine.
All Mine. How does All Mine go?
All mine.
Yeah, that's shit. That's a shit song.
I can't remember how that one even goes. Trouble
You
is,
should pick a wager on the outcome. Hey, none of us would be here without come. Hey,
Oh, that
Oh,
one. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Oh,
Yeah, I
and
could see.
I'd
that, I
like
could
to
see
add my admission of Jesus is King. Didn't even include that.
You didn't even
your
include it.
omission.
that. Okay. Well, who wants to go next then?
Well,
We'll do Ruben. Ruben, you go next.
I had something I wanted
Well.
to. There was something I wanted to say about.
Anyone want to berate
Particular-
James for his list anymore?
It's a terrible list, and I think it's
No,
shit.
fuck off.
Someone's just joined us.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Someone joined us?
Two people have joined us.
Should we just let them stay?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, as long
fuck
as
it.
they didn't just start fucking with us. Tell them in the chat,
I'm
like,
trying to remember what key you pressed to do that.
just tell them in the chat, just don't kill us and you can stay.
Whoops.
All right, hold on. What's more I think it's more controversial which albums you put at the bottom of a Kanye ranking than it is what you put at the front for the most part.
I don't know. I feel like the accepted opinion is that Twisted Fantasy just has to be at the top.
But that's such a
Really?
lame opinion. That's such a
Yeah, I
pitchfork.
agree. I agree, but I'm just
'Cause
saying.
it's not. It's saggy. It's a saggy album. Anyway,
What's your list then, Ruben? Tell us your
number
list.
1, Graduation. Number 2, Kids See Ghosts. Number 3, The Life of Pablo. Number 4, College Dropout. 5, Late Registration. 6, Yay. 7, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 8, Yeezus. 9, 808s and Heartbreak. 10, Watch the Throne. 11, Jesus King. I think everyone agrees Jesus King belongs, low.
Doesn't exist.
Okay. Jim, do you want to go or should I go?
Well, I haven't actually like written down one,
Okay.
but
Off the top of your head then.
I'm looking at them, just not in like an organized list.
Yeah.
But number 1 for me is Pablo of Life.
Life of Barbara.
Yeah. Then sorry.
Guttural Noises. That's my second favorite album too, actually.
I just was biting my fingernails and then the fingernail fell down my throat and it's really unpleasant. Yeah, I got it out, don't worry. Then Graduation, to be honest. Then Late Registration, to be honest. Then my Twisted Dark Fantasy That's Beautiful.
Mm.
Then Kids See Ghosts, then Yay, then and then scratch all that.
Where'd you have
And-
Yeezus? That's what I care about.
Do you want a quick paste of every album that he has? Do you want me to just so you can order it?
No, I'm looking at all the albums right now.
Oh right, okay.
But like, I've never been able to listen to 808s because like, it's weird. It's a really
It's an R&B album.
Yeah, but
it's like a
it's
dark
just like-
R&B album. It's strange. I thought the same thing today.
yeah, it's just really
Like it barely fits into Kanye West.
yeah.
Like as a rapper.
But also
it's very
he's not
strange.
a singer,
Mhm.
and like all the singing is auto-tune shit.
See, even though it's like all the way down near the bottom, I like. I don't really like Watch the Throne, but I like every Kanye album.
Yeah, I've not
for what it's
listened
worth.
through Watch the Throne. I like one song from it. And I love Jesus is King. I love Yeezus.
If you're done, I'll just do mine.
Yeah.
I mean, your
Yeah.
top three, everyone will just hold on to your top three and your bottom three. I
Yeah,
guess.
what are your top 3 and bottom 3 again, just to reiterate?
Top 3 from memory was Life of Pablo, Graduation, and Dark, Beautiful Fantasy That's Twisted.
Okay. And bottom 3?
Bottom 3, probably. Like, for real though, 808's Yeezus and Jesus is. Cuz.
That's fair. My list is number 1, Life of Pablo, then Late Registration, then Graduation, then Kids See Ghosts, then The College Dropout, then Twisted Fantasy, then Yay, then Jesus King, then Watch the Throne, then Yeezus. I didn't really include 808s because I've never been able to listen to it, so I didn't feel it was fair to even put it in the
I've actually
ranking.
listened to it 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
I really like 808s.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll give it a chance, but every time I've tried, I've just been like, this is not working
Oh,
for me.
shit. I got hit by that. I went over that spike. I'll be back.
I really don't like Watch the Throne, though. Like, I really don't like
It
anything
has
from
it has some incredible songs. Not enough of them. It's like the way I rate
There's loads of
albums.
shit redundant songs.
I
too.
don't like any of them, if I'm being honest.
The way I rate albums is it's got to have like a sound, like a 10 out of 10 song. It's got to be a song that is perfect, but that also has to have songs that are also incredibly good. Like Jesus is King has like one mediocre song, the rest are trash. If it doesn't have like a good amount of good quality songs, it's honestly not worth listening to at all. Watch the Throne has 2 really good songs, and the rest are kind of subpar. So it's just like, but I love those 2 like 10 out of 10 songs better than most other Kanye songs. So it's like, for me, that's like a top 2 album just because of that.
I was really disappointed by Watch the Throne. I was expecting way more out of it.
They wasted 2 really. It's just wasted.
I remember having
wasted.
when I listened to it at the time, I had way more articulate opinions about it because I had songs that were fresh in my mind, and I was just like, no, shit. But yeah, really, maybe like
I don't know if Jay-Z and Kanye really mix that well.
Well, that was it. Kanye and Jay-Z were both going through this weird phase of doing, like, I'm trying to think how to describe it. They had very unique production styles at the time. You know, they were trying to do this because both their albums that came out shortly after, you had Yeezus and Magna Carta, Holy Grail, which is a lame fucking Jay-Z album. They just clash on Watch the Throne. They really clash.
Yeah,
as a pair.
that's exactly how I felt the whole time. Yeah, I really didn't enjoy Watch the
They were
Throne
both
either.
going through this like experimental phase, and it just didn't fucking work together at all.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh,
But then Jay-Z obviously followed that up with like, what in my view, one of the best albums ever made. So they just don't work together, I don't think.
Yeah, I prefer them solo for
famous.
sure.
Yeah,
Right, I made
besides
it back
the
having
two.
fallen off the edge.
the 2 great songs ever. But you know,
Okay, moving on. Rate Cheese 79 says, "Oh no, I definitely can't answer that." Queen of Dirt says, "Do you boys have any recipes you've tried since the quarantine started? Any favorite recipes, that is?"
Yeah,
Rice.
yeah.
Rice.
I had a rice thing recently that was really tasty.
I had the Nando's rice recently. That was pretty good.
That doesn't count.
I mean, who wants to go first? I have an actual recipe I can describe in detail.
Shoot.
So you get your pork strips, like your pork stir-fry strips. Those will do. It's a hairy biker's recipe, this one. I wanted to work with pork because I'd never done any cooking with pork before. I've done like, you know, chicken and beef and shit. But I'd never done it because I didn't eat it much growing up for no particular reason. My mum just didn't really like buying it. So it's pork and peppers and chorizo and rice. And you have an onion. That's it. An onion, just wedges of onion, thinly sliced. And you fry that all up. And then you pour chicken stock in with it. And you pour the rice in at that point, and you just leave it for 20 minutes simmering, so the rice is getting fat, all the flavors are absorbing. It's like a Mexican thing, so there's paprika,
Right.
cumin, chili powder, I guess it's meant to have like Mexican quote unquote flavors, chili flakes, all that. And it's just like a tasty rice spicy pork dish. It's very very wholesome and filling, and extremely
sound good.
nice because pork is very satisfying to eat. It's got a nice everything binds together really nicely in the pot, I guess, because of the pork, because it's it's like a fatty meat. So yeah, good recipe. Done it twice in the last 2 weeks.
Epic.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Well, recently I found a recipe of TikTok. Actually, quite good.
There's genuinely some good. You see some good recipes on TikTok.
Like people meme it, but like when people make these really really simple videos of a recipe, they're actually really good. Like
Like
people
what? What's
mock
your
it,
one?
but I made fudge, and
Oh,
someone
is
did
that where you
you?
got it from?
yeah, I got.
I
the
can
fudge
attest
recipe.
that fudge was good. You dropped it off in a little care package.
Oh
for me.
yeah,
It is.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was really good and nice.
yeah, I'm sure it was great.
Yeah, I bet it
Okay,
tasted
so-
delicious.
So I made white chocolate on Oreo fudge.
Oh fuck, man, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I
Oh
like
man.
something like that. That sounds cool, man.
So
Yeah, keep
basically,
going, sorry.
so the the recipe is condensed milk, white chocolate, and Oreo.
Oh, sweet, dude. Yeah, that sounds really nice, actually.
It cost me £10 to buy the ingredients.
Damn, that's cheap. That sounds really nice for something so cheap, man.
It sounds like a
It would
great
be nice, like, to have a
know?
a go at, yeah, like to like share and share
Okay.
alike. No, sorry, keep going.
So white chocolate can be quite expensive because you can buy the small bars.
Yeah, no,
£5.
I actually, as out of the four of us, I probably like white chocolate the most, to be honest. I'm always having like Milky Bar milkshakes.
I'm gonna make some tomorrow. Shut up, please. Basically, just fucking microwave it. Condensed milk, white chocolate, microwave it 30 seconds at a time until it's like smooth. Throw your Oreo in, put it in a container, throw Oreo on the top, 5 hours in the fridge, boom.
And while technically it's not like
Proper fudge.
traditional fudge,
Yeah.
that shit takes forever and it's hard to
Yeah.
make. So
But it's a compromise, but it's actually a really nice compromise, and I'm gonna try it with some like cookie pieces, some chocolate buttons. You know, I'm gonna try a few things and drop some off to Jamie because he's gonna kill me otherwise. So yeah, it's a simple recipe, and it's worth doing because it was actually really nice. It actually tasted like actual fudge as well.
Okay. Well,
And,
I've been enjoying making pasta sauces at the moment because I've been watching so much Italian gangster media where they're just eating pasta in every fucking scene.
and it always looks so delicious.
Yeah, exactly. So I made
Peel
this
back the
just
onion.
fucking delicious like meatball and spaghetti like pasta thing. God damn.
What I find is that what you really want to do with like proper Italian pasta sauces is not have it too wet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It should
can't
be
have it
more like
juicy.
yeah, it shouldn't be juicy. It should be sort of
Thick almost.
yeah, like a paste or something.
Yeah.
Like not like a paste, but like a paste.
Mhm.
I prefer
I know what you mean.
my pasta sauces to be more Italian and more pasty because it's like when they're really juicy, the one off like juice soaks in at the bottom of the bowl, and it's just
Yeah,
like the pasta's in
yeah.
a puddle. The
Mhm.
pasta in a puddle is a bad time. I don't
Yeah.
like that at all. It's got to be like thick and just
Yeah, you
just
want that
enough.
sauce to fill the pasta shape properly. You want it to. Yeah, sorry, I'm just.
We appreciate good pasta
Anyway.
in the jar house.
Absolutely. And you can make just huge quantities of it too, which is always enjoyable.
Yeah.
And then you can reheat it the next day, and it will still taste great.
Yeah, for some reason, like the next day
Oh.
pasta is incredible. Like it's like absorbed the flavor or something. There's something about it that's like, damn, this is like extra flavorful. I kind of understand why James is always going on about next day food now.
It matters, you know. And it's like the pasta's the best thing because it's just like it's a Sunday night. You've just made pasta. Tomorrow's Monday. You go to work. Fucking worst day of the week. Have pasta for lunch. Boom,
Mhm.
boom. It makes the day completely different. It's the best thing on a Monday to start the week. Is cold pasta.
Okay, we have this question that we teased earlier from a real_biznuts who says, What do you guys think is the most overrated game, and what is the most underrated? I think Ruben
Fine.
and I have the same answer, so Ruben, take it away.
I'm gonna annoy people.
Okay. So the Uncharted series, I'm getting straight into it. I'm going to lay into it right now. Was made free because of COVID. Sony were just doing that. So
Yeah.
I downloaded it because I wanted to get the Uncharted collection. I played the Uncharted games in 2013 on a PS3, and I never finished Uncharted 1. Still haven't. Shit game. Uncharted 2 and 3 are... They get better, you know, between as each title goes on, but they're not very good gameplay wise. You know, I got big issues. I'm trying to think of a few of the things I've said, which are the combat doesn't really match up with what is meant to be this highly cinematic, epic experience, because it's shit and you just get killed in shitty environments by shitty enemies. And you're just annoyed because you're like, I wanted to just do the next cool cinematic thing, and you're going to punish me with another room of badly designed enemies, a thoughtless environment for killing within as well.
And why are they so long? God, they are long.
They are really long. And it's not even like the story is very good in 2 or 3. I mean, like Nate and Sully are a good time. You know, they're pretty funny. Sully's barely in 2. He's in 3 a lot more. But... they're just not that fucking good.
That was the thing. Like I was always under the impression that they were regarded because of their stories, and then I played 2 and 3. I didn't bother with 1 because I heard it was just awkward and like just not fun.
Uncharted 1 is a bad game. I'm the only person here that's played it through till completion, and it is bad.
Okay, I feel like we're gonna upset some people with this, but I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel. Yeah, like nothing about the stories is like that engaging to me. Like I don't think the actual plot is anything that standout.
No, they're full of plot holes.
But it's not even just that. Like I can deal with plot holes if it's just a fun like adventure. But
it's not a fun adventure, is it? You're punished all the time by the game's thoughtless design.
Yeah, like I really have a problem with the gameplay, like and it's just so long, and there's no progression. Like the gameplay at the end feels identical to how it does at the beginning. You know, like the weapons aren't that fun to play around with. There's no like upgrading systems or anything like that. So by the end, it's just like, oh God, I want this to be over.
Yeah, the games they're not meant to be games.
And yet, that's my biggest issue. Is the games are clearly not meant to be games. They're meant to be cinematic experiences that are driven by you wanting to do the next cool bit. But it makes you play through these really shit parts of the game to get there. So if you want a cinematic experience, fucking deliver that. Give me that. Don't give me this half-assed, crappy combat with boring weapons and boring enemies. Don't give me that.
Yeah, cause I feel like the accepted opinion is that Uncharted 2 is the best one.
So wrong, because
when anyone brings the series up, it's all about the set pieces. But like the set pieces, they don't make up that much of the gameplay.
No,
the majority of the game is you just going through corridors shooting at like boring enemies with the bad gunplay, and that's the issue I have.
Yeah. 4's the best one though, because it plays the best, looks the best. Obviously that's not fair, I know, because it's much newer, but it does look very good. It really does look good today as well as a 2016 title. The only thing about it is the frame rate is a bit low at the start. It's just a bit choppy in the very opening for some reason. Anyway, and it actually has I guess there is character drama as well. There's a bit more of a story there. Nate and his brother, you know, it's a bit more complex than whatever the fuck's going on in the other ones. Also, they waste their theme. They have this really great theme for Uncharted, and they never use it in the games.
Yeah,
really.
When people always say that Uncharted has a great soundtrack, like I just completely disagree. It has a good main menu theme, and that's it. Like
Uncharted
the music
3
in
has
the
one
game
good song.
Yeah.
When you're him as a kid and you're running from you've tried to steal something from that museum, and then you're running away from the English people.
Yeah. Because who did the soundtrack for 4? Wasn't it one of the Marvel guys?
Henry Jackman.
Henry Jackman. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's one noticeable okay like combat piece of music that's very piratey. So that's the theme of the game, but I would never go through the soundtrack to find it. And I do like his version of the theme because it's a bit more dramatic and slower and darker. Because
Do they ever use that theme actually in the game?
No.
I just
No,
don't get
every
it.
time you
Never.
think they're going to, they do a few little like strokes of an instrument. And you're like, oh, are they gonna? Oh no, they're not. Okay, you think, are they gonna build into the theme? And then they just don't. They rise to it, and then immediately it's just something else. Yeah, not
Okay.
very good.
So, you're talking about overrated and underrated.
Yeah.
Are you ready to fill the WAF?
He's gonna say that overrated game. He's gonna say Halo's overrated. or
Just do it,
something.
James. Just say, what's your overrated?
That's what I was gonna say.
No, Modern Warfare 2.
What, overrated?
What the fuck?
Yes, Modern Warfare 2.
Oh
like,
yeah, I don't disagree.
every single COD person wants like Modern Warfare 2 again.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, do you mean the way that like it was really unbalanced?
Like no, it's
Modern
like
Warfare now is like that.
Yeah, that's why I think Modern Warfare now is so good,
Yeah.
because it
It's
is a faithful like.
Well, can you
Piece
do
of
stuff
shit.
like in Modern Warfare 2? You could build a class where you could just spam like grenades and shit, couldn't you?
you can do that.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
No,
really.
it's just more balanced than that.
Yeah, people think Modern Warfare 2 is just like complete golden age, but they forget how unbalanced and shit it was at the time. As someone who played like 300 to 400 hours and max prestiged 3 accounts, I know how unbalanced that game was. It was not balanced. It's just like you use the ACR M4. That's it. That's all you need to do in that game. You have the same loadout. You will do well on every single map regardless. In new COD, it's not like that. You can't do that anymore because it's just the meta's completely just balanced now.
Right.
Like there's points where other guns do excel over these guns, and people like it's on my mind because like Modern Warfare 2 campaign's being remastered, and while that campaign is fun, it's also not that great. But people think it's like a fucking golden age of COD when it's not. Like a Black Ops that came out after is a much better game in every way. But
I
people don't think
disagree.
that. No,
I would absolutely disagree with that.
campaign much better, and that's true.
Aspects are better.
Aspects are better.
Gameplay.
The
Yes,
worst
I
thing
do.
about Black Ops is the graphics. That game is
Yeah,
ugly as
It
fuck.
looks shit.
It is quite
I
ugly.
really don't know why. It's
I remember
really
thinking that.
fucking ugly.
It was
I'm
that
thinking,
trend at the
what a
time. Like
downgrade.
every game was just brown.
It's not just that though, like, because Modern Warfare 2 looks really good for when it came out,
Yeah, it
and
looks
Black Ops
surprisingly
came out after that, and
Must
it
be
looks
an
like a
art direction
PS2
thing.
bit or something.
good. Yeah,
It's really weird.
it's gone for that edgier kind of grimy look. Not the actual like grime music genre, just like a grimy look that it doesn't stand the test of time. It looks bad now. It's not pleasant to play.
I always thought it looked worse than the Modern Warfare
Yeah,
games though.
so did I.
But it's like the content in the game is better, I would say. Like the story is better.
The
Zombies.
multiplayer is worse.
The multiplayer is
Multiplayer's
worse.
worse, but then zombies there's got zombies.
Yeah,
That's like a whole,
yeah.
holy
I-
shit.
Time you got to then.
That's
And I've
pretty
also played a lot of Black Ops multiplayer to know that it plays identically. And they tried to do a lot with that multiplayer that's actually turned out to be really good. And it's like the series now misses a few of those things they tried to do then. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is a bit overrated. Underrated though, I kind of don't have an answer. To be honest.
What's Jim's
Yeah, maybe-
overrated?
Yeah.
It's really, really a difficult question.
You could do an underrated one if you want to make it positive instead of us just shitting on
Yeah.
games. Underrated? I don't know. I'm kind of a normie. I just agree with everything.
What did you think of
If
our
I-
assessments of Uncharted and Modern Warfare?
I mean,
2?
I agree for the most part. I think I like Uncharted more than you guys. But
No, I actually genuinely, I have a relationship where I shit on them, but I have like fond memories of it, even though I was
they're
fucking
not
angry
they're not
the whole
bad
time.
games. It's just the fact they're considered as godly as they are that I just find a
Mhm.
bit confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's annoying.
because I actually quite like Uncharted 3 and 4 for what it's worth. I actually like them. 2 pisses me off a lot though. So, but yeah, not to go back to Uncharted, just yeah.
See, if
Like
I
if
were
a new
to
one
say,
came out, I'd be excited. If they announced a new one, I'd be excited by it. Like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Uncharted 5, nice.
nah.
Let me just
If I were
have a
to
quick
say
look.
about underrated, but it's like, how would you define that definition?
I was actually, I was about to say, are we considering this from like a games journalism
'Cause-
perspective? Because by that logic, every game ever is overrated.
yeah, like
Like
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2.
if I were to say underrated,
Oh
like,
fuck!
to me, it's like Ace Combat 7 reviewed really well, like sold really well, but it's just like nobody talks about it. But that
So it's
game is,
underappreciated.
yeah,
By game. Yeah, that's the divide. It's like Dark Souls 2 is pretty much hated unanimously by like Dark Souls fans, but by the media,
It's not at the same
would
time
appear-
though.
well, they're all.
That's
fucking
my
wrong,
answer
aren't
for
they?
overrated. Yeah,
Oh, Dark Souls
that
2.
game is so overrated.
Yeah, when you said your piece on, was it the last episode about Dark Souls 2? We mentioned it.
Yeah.
There were a couple comments that was saying exactly what you were saying. Like half of them were agreeing, but there were one or two that were like, "No, you're completely wrong."
Such a shit game.
No, because there's this one YouTube video I've watched it like twice. It's like an hour or two long, and it basically explains why Dark Souls 2 is actually really good.
Right.
So a lot of
Does it
people
do a
have
good
watched
job?
that and their opinion. Sort of.
People
Like
that
I can.
Dark Souls. Sorry, go on. I was going to say something inflammatory.
I just disagree with like everything. And the main thing about it is that Dark Souls 1 isn't like the most beautiful game. But Dark Souls 2 is uglier.
hmm
Okay.
Dark Souls 1 isn't the most like intuitive game in terms of the way it feels to play. Dark Souls 2 is somehow worse.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, yeah, fuck that game.
Okay.
And underrated? Half-Life Alex?
Jesus. Okay, we all done with this
Basically.
question?
no, Ace Combat 7
Shit
reviewed really
game.
well. Plays great. Story is a bit anime-y, but it does really neat things. Soundtrack is one of the best I've ever listened to. It's incredible. They gambled the entire game on one song. That's how fucking great it is. Great game, and you should play it, but it's just underappreciated.
What I want to say is, people that like Dark Souls 2 are the same people that hate The Last Jedi.
People... people that like Dark Souls 2 are the same people that would have supported Hitler.
That's even better.
No, to be honest, I will say, judging from our last conversation, I've actually been thinking with all this time that I'm going to play Dark Souls. I'm going to actually put the time in to find out
Bruh. Oh, please.
if Jamie and Ruben's opinion on Dark Souls 2 being like the worst is actually like, if it makes sense to me. Like, I just want to, because I started Dark Souls a long time ago, back when I was in my
Yeah.
anime period, like when I was 17. I was not ready for it. So I think being a bit older, I think I would actually be able to finish it and see how it is. And
Yeah,
I was
and
thinking
you
of
can
doing
always
that.
get me and Ruben to carry you through it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd happily just walk through it like
Not like
spectating,
carry,
you know,
but
just
you know.
looking, seeing what's going on. I actually need to play.
You should
through
stream
because I
it,
lost all
James.
my saves.
Oh my god.
Yeah, stream you playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, for the first time. Holy shit. This
I
got
mean-
me excited.
The thing is, you'll be most annoyed by Dark Souls 2 for sure. You just expressed unbalanced in Modern Warfare 2 and why that pisses you off. Dark Souls in Modern Warfare 2, sorry. Dark Souls 2, that's unbalanced, man. It's just like, hey,
So I was
difficulty.
reading-
Let's
I was
put
reading-
6 guys in a room that kill you in one hit.
I was
Fuck
reading
you.
I was reading some of our viewers' like opinion against yours, saying that Dark Souls 2 does not have this problem. I'm just explaining it, and it's just like I want to play it just so I can add to this conversation,
It's
so I
crap.
actually know what's going on. So that
Because
might happen. I just need to buy them.
Even if
So-
initially you liked 2, you would play 3 and be like, oh yeah, 2 shit.
I wouldn't
And the
play
thing
it.
is, another thing. Dark Souls 2, everyone says the DLC makes it one of the best
No,
Dark Souls
crap.
packages. Dark Souls 2 is DLC is crap.
Awful DLC.
It's
3 on
worse than the base game.
awesome DLC.
That's my fucking 30 cents on the matter. Next question, please, boss.
Okay, let's end on this one then from Joseph Z. Khan, who says, thoughts on Scotch eggs? For some reason, they strike me as one of those foods James would have a real problem with.
Oh my god, how does he know?
Because
Literally.
the texture changes halfway through.
I don't like Scotch eggs.
No, because Alex literally bought a Scotch egg the last time we were in a supermarket, and Alex was like, how do you not like Scotch fucking eggs?
Yeah,
I
because
don't like
it's
Scotch
Scotch,
eggs.
then egg, then Scotch again. I prefer the egg to the Scotch myself.
I don't like the gelatinous layer in a Scotch egg.
Oh, those ones are horrible.
Yeah, I like the Quorn Scotch eggs because they don't have that. Those are tasty.
Oh, they've just got like scrambled egg in the middle.
and breadcrumb, yeah, which I like. Same sort of flavors, you know.
Yeah, I love
I've
Scotch
never-
eggs.
I've never had a Scotch egg.
What? That's fucked. I hate that answer.
Okay, so to finish this episode, what Madagascar characters are the Halo games?
Oh, well, Alex the Lion is Halo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Halo Reach?
Melman.
Oh,
No, Halo Reach is
King Julian.
King Julian, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Halo 2?
no, Penguins Madagascar. Penguins the Penguins. Because
they're
they got
highly
their own
customizable.
spin-off.
Oh yeah. What about ODST though? That's the lemurs. The ODST is just the lemurs as a whole, I guess.
It's King Lemurs.
Yeah. Wait, surely
Okay,
ODST
Halo
should be King Julian then. Because
Yeah,
he
just the
has a
lemurs.
spin-off.
So,
to
so
Yusha.
what's the antagonist of Madagascar 3? What is that?
Oh, that woman,
Yeah,
the French woman.
is
What,
that Halo
Halo game?
5?
That's
Yeah.
Halo 4.
Okay, what's Halo 5? What's the thing worse than her?
But she's awesome. She's hilarious.
No, but she's the
Halo 2.
didact.
She's the didact. No, we're done. We're done. I'm not answering this anymore.
Okay, thank you-
There's one
thank-
Madagascar question an episode.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you all stay safe in quarantine,
Yep.
and that you
Oh, and-
have
A special thanks to King Cassius and Speedman VG.
yes, special thanks for them this episode. They came and chilled with us. Great guys. But have a safe week. Have fun. Be safe, and be Don Mate 10 out of 10.